Hello everybody, this is Dr.G.P. Sudhakar, Professor of Management from India. Right, see, as you know, I'm learning entrepreneurship and economics nowadays. Recently I heard a word entrepreneurial economics. Entrepreneurial economics. See, basically this word is interesting word, entrepreneurial economics. It plays a major role in any country's economic development. Right. See, basically, entrepreneurial economics should be further researched about, basically. Right. It is nothing but the economics of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurial economics is about economics of entrepreneurship. That means, as we know, any entrepreneurial process, it takes certain input and gives certain output. Entrepreneurship takes certain input, resources as input, and gives some output, value, or the economy, or the GDP contribution as output of entrepreneurship. Right? See, basically, when we learn about entrepreneurial economics, here there are two concepts we should learn about. One is economics of input, economics of resources. Other one is economics of output, also known as economics of the value being generated. Right. So now let us first discuss about economics of the output. That is the economics of entrepreneurship. Means basically it is the value being created in the society. It is the value being created in the society. That means entrepreneurial economics means it is about the economy being generated. It is about the GDP contributed to the national GDP by the organization, entrepreneurship. Right. And also entrepreneurial economics, basically it means the intellectual property we have generated over a period of time. It is about the products and services we have generated. Right. And also it is about the value we have created in the society. Similarly, the number of user base we have created in the society. Entrepreneurial economics means it is about the demand we catered in the society. The demand we catered in the society. That is the output side, basically. What is the economics of output, basically? Right? It is the economy we generated. It is the wealth we have created, basically. It is the wealth we created. It is the market capitalization we generated because of the entrepreneurship. All this part of entrepreneurial economics. That is output side of entrepreneurship. Now let's come to input side of entrepreneurship, that is resources. Economics of entrepreneurship, that is entrepreneurial economics. It comprises economics of resources. It comprises economics of resources. That means what is the scarcity of the resources in the country? What is the resource distribution aspect, resource acquisition, procurement, for how much cost, price we are getting the raw material, availability of raw material. All this is part of economics of input, economics of resources. Economics of resources, to what price we are getting the raw material, what is the scarcity of raw material, availability of raw material to the entrepreneur is part of studying the entrepreneurial economics. Right, that is economics of input and also economics of output. Right, see, basically, and also at macro level, if we look at, right, that means see, to compare with developmental economics, I will compare this entrepreneurial economics with developmental economics. Basically, what is the meaning of developmental economics? Basically, what is the GDP growth rate we achieved with certain input investments? That is, investments are also part of developmental economics, and also the growth in GDP or economy is also part of developmental economics. Similarly, entrepreneurial economics, it comprises resources as input and the value or the market capitalization, wealth or the GDP being generated because of the entrepreneurship, that is the output. These two are part of entrepreneurial economics. Right. And further, if we see at macro level, entrepreneurial economics for a country, basically, that means entrepreneurial economics, what is the entrepreneurial economy of this nation or entrepreneurial economics of a country? That means when we study this, basically it is the number of startups we are having, number of listed companies we are having, number of corporations we are having in the country, and also because of each enterprise, how much is the economic value being generated, what is the economic life cycle, how long is that economic cycle is going to stay. For example, I will tell you, for example, in a Indian scenario particularly, if you want to set up a airport project in a tier 2 city or tier 3 city, you want to set up a airport, 1000 crore investment or 800 crore rupees investment is sufficient to set up an airport in a tier 2 or tier 3 city. For example, you want to set up an irrigation project useful for agriculture purpose. It requires 50,000 crore to 60,000 crore investment if you want to set up a irrigation project, major irrigation project. For example, if you want to set up a power generation plant, mega power generation plant, it requires 20,000 crore rupees investment. But how much is the economic value being generated over 10 years time or 20 years time for this project? Similarly, what is the economic cycle? It is going to take 10 years, economic cycle is going to stay for 10 years. Or for example, irrigation project economic cycle is going to stay for 30 to 40 years. So it varies from investment to investment or project to project. Like that, when we study economics of entrepreneurship, we will study what is the project investment it requires, how much is the economic value it is going to generate, and how long this economic cycle will stay in the country or in the to contributing to the stakeholders of the economy, right? All these are part of studying the economics of entrepreneurship. Basically, that is also we are saying that it is the entrepreneurial economics. It is overall the GDP being generated because of entrepreneurship, and also contribution to the economy because of entrepreneurship. Number of companies generated, number of startups created in the country. Right, and also human resources aspect also is also part of input, because when we say resources, not only the raw material, human resources, how much is the human capital we are having, that is also part of entrepreneurial economics. Entrepreneurial economics, what is the skill set we are having, entrepreneurial skill set, how much is the available resources for the entrepreneurship we are having in the country, that is also part of entrepreneurial economics. Right, thank you. Thank you everybody. I thought this is a new word, it is very interesting. We should explore further this specific word, entrepreneurial economics. Right, it is required for any studying entrepreneurship in a country particularly. Right, thank you everybody.